Hi everyone, my name is Abby from Migration Centre of Australia. Today I want to talk about the changes that have come into effect for the Subclass 482 visa, which will be now called the Skills in Demand visa. We're going to go over a few of the changes that we've got outlined on my laptop here and cover to entail how those changes may affect you. Now, the 482 visa will have three main streams. The first one will be the Specialised Skill Pathway. Now, this is for anyone earning $135,000 or more annually and excludes super. Now, this does not have a defined occupation list, and we believe that anyone in any occupation, as long as they're being paid that minimum amount, can be sponsored by a company in this pathway. The second pathway is the Core Skills Pathway, which has a defined list called the CSOL, or the Core Skills Occupation List. Now, this specific list has a range of occupations, and including some that were not there before, like content creator, retail buyer. And these are all eligible not only just for the 482, but also the 186 direct entry pathway. There's a total of around 456 occupations that are covered as part of this CSOL list, right? And the main things to outline here is it has travel consultant, out of school hours care worker, restaurant manager has been removed from the list, which is a key position that was utilized by a lot of people in the hospitality groups. Forester has been removed, customer services manager has been removed. So there has been some additions, which is mostly beneficial, but there have also been some exclusions from this list. Mostly, we think this is a good update for most of the industry because there is a shortage of skilled workers in Australia. This now provides a direct pathway and a certain pathway for most people. Not only are they eligible for the 186 direct entry, but they're also eligible for the 482 Core Skills Pathway. Now, this is for anyone earning between $73,150 and that $135,000 mark. There is also the Essential Skills Pathway, which covers occupations which may not necessarily earn above TISMET, which is $73,150, and might be below TISMET, especially for occupations like cook, because their award rate is actually less than that. So it doesn't make sense to pay someone at a lower skill level to the same as what a chef would be entitled to, which is a higher skill level. Now, the Essential Skill Pathway is for critical industries and will focus on regulations and compliance highly as compared to the other two. Now, everyone still needs to make sure they comply and meet the regulation criteria. Specifically, sponsors will be scrutinized a lot more for sponsoring people in this Essential Skills Pathway. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the CSOL again. The CSOL is actually defined as per ANZCO at the moment, but ANZCO has recently been updated to be OSCAR, right? OSCAR is a list only for Australian occupations, not combined with New Zealand anymore. So I think they will update the CSOL shortly to make sure it reflects OSCAR, OSCA, and there will be a neutral level on how we match occupations when it comes to being sponsored as part of this update. Now, there's been a separate division that's also been set up specifically for updating this list. And this list can be updated frequently to make sure that it reflects the demand in the economy, and only those people will be invited to apply or be sponsored down the track. We're still waiting for further updates in regards to how this will play out in terms of the policy and how it'll affect people, but this is a huge change. One of the other key changes that is covered as part of the 482 is that now you only need 1 year of work experience to become sponsored. So if you have a relevant qualification plus 1 year full-time equivalent experience, you can become sponsored on the 482. A lot of people used to utilize the 407 training visa as a pathway to get onto a skilled visa. It's no longer necessary to do that. The other change is that you have to work for the employer for 2 years. You no longer have to do that, right? So now you can work for multiple employers. Even if you do want to change in between, you can change employers, but you don't need to be with the same employer for 2 years. As long as you worked for 2 years on a 482 visa, you can still transition to permanent residency through the 186 temporary residence transition pathway. If you have any questions regarding any of the changes I've covered, please contact us at MCA or book a consultation via our website.